We are here with Avalon. She has over 13,000 followers on Instagram.
I'm the CEO of Impact for Empower TT. Empower TT is a socially innovative platform for female entrepreneurs to connect and grow and just network. I'm co-owner of the Embassy Grill along with my boyfriend, and that's a local food grill in Trinidad. Shop No Lava, that's where I kind of dive into my passion for suits, because that's my style. I love wearing suits.
Let's ask Avalon a difficult question. Why doesn't she see herself as an influencer? Because that's what we call her, but she was like, no, I'm not.
Especially locally, influencers have almost zero credibility. Almost zero. And I think it's because they focus so much on the fluff and of just getting products from brands or from persons that they don't really focus on the impact. There's a difference between being an influencer and being influential. And we have lost that within Trinidad and Tobago. I don't mind influential. I don't mind impactful.
Which is your biggest platform?
Instagram.
And within that audience, who makes up the majority of those followers that you have on Instagram?
It would be females between the ages of, let's say, 19 to 38, 39, and mainly located within the Caribbean, or even Caribbean women that have migrated. I have quite a few Jamaica followers. Community members, I would say, because they're not just ghost followers. They engage, they connect.
How do you manage all these platforms at once?
Balance and systems. So whatever I post on Instagram automatically goes to Facebook. And LinkedIn, my strategy is different for there because that's more of a professional platform. So on that platform, I more show Avalon, the founder of Empower TT, the entrepreneurial advocate on that platform. Initially, when I started thinking about Avalon Gomez as a brand, I was heavy in marketing. And I was what people would call an event promoter. So I threw a lot of boat rides, land events. So I had to build myself, and Instagram was new back then, and it was the best platform for that. Being a visual platform, a platform that focuses on visuals, videos, that kind of thing. Because people followed me in order to follow the event.
Do you have brands reaching out to you asking to collaborate? And if so, can you mention a few of those brands?
Trinidad Tobago have reached out. I've done work with a lot of local entrepreneurs also. FX accessories, beauty brands, local beauty brands like KJ Beauty. The biggest cash out that I've had as somebody influential with my personal brand would have to be a 3-month contract that's added up to somewhere around $40,000.
Having a woman's wear as well as food, which one is your biggest income earner? Which one brings in the most?
Definitely the grill. The grill will be the biggest income earner.
What are some of the tricks that you may have seen, one of the key takeaways in the space that you're in when it comes to creating content on Instagram for business?
Business is personal. So people want to interact with the face behind the business, the face behind the brand. Because a lot of people buy into emotion and people buy from people, not just products and services anymore. We want to interact with the person behind the brand. So that is a trick that I've learned from early, and it has worked a lot for my businesses. Another thing is to be consistent on social media. Show up all the time. Post, but don't just post for posting's sake. Post quality and post value, because you always want your community to engage and be able to see the value in all your posts so that they stay engaged and stay following.
Would you say that you are a competitor to traditional media?
I would say not yet, but a lot of people tend to listen to their community other than run to the newspaper or even radio at times. Unless there is somebody very impactful on local media, on the radio stations, then they rather hear from us.
Do you listen to the radio? And when last have you bought a newspaper?
Last time I bought a newspaper was in, probably January, when I was featured on a newspaper. Yeah, sorry. Sorry to all my media friends. But yeah, the last time I bought a newspaper was probably January when I was featured. And I normally only buy a newspaper when I'm featured. Every influencer but we're using influencers, right? They have their own community. So brands should see which influencer or which individual has the community that they want to tap into. And at times we see brands aligning with persons that are not in their network or in the persons that they need. So if you have a product that is female centered and you want more women or more professional women to get into it, then you go for a more professional woman instead of just a young beauty influencer.
When it comes to how brands approach influencers, what advice would you give to that brand, and what type of conversations that should happen between the brand and the influencer?
The first question that the brand should ask is, are you willing to work with us? Because a lot of people say yes to things, but they're not willing to execute to the level the brand deserves. Not needs, but deserves, right? Another question that the brand should ask is, like, who is your community? It's important that you know their niche, you know their reach. So it's important for persons to also send these metrics to the brands, and the brands, it is by right should request it.
A lot of times the connectivity from the marketing or the brand owner starts with an existing relationship with that influencer. So it's not necessarily what's good for the company, it's what's the easiest and what's going to get them into the party for free, right? I mean, you understand, right? And this is actually not singular to Trinidad. The value proposition is not even the start of the conversation. And with that said, then we can't have a conversation around return on investment. You know, you can't say, okay, we spend this amount with this influencer, and then because of that, we could then try these new influencers and things like that.
Because a lot of influencers focus on getting the free product or getting free things, that they would say yes to anything. And some of the things they say yes to are not good or does not work, but they say yes so they can get it, right? And brands want the yes. And for brands, you should not pay for yes. You should pay for return on your investment. Would this be a product that you would have used if we didn't come to you? Would this be a service you would use if we didn't come to you and offer it to you? I mean, let's start there. Like, what is the long-term goal? What is the long-term goal? And how many influencers have goals? Let's just start there. How many of them really have goals or long-term goals? Like, even if I work with a brand, it needs to align with my end goal. I wouldn't accept any and every interview to say I had an interview. So let us know, what is your brand? What is your business as a business owner or an entrepreneur? And then who you speak to or who is your community under being an influencer? Is it people in the beauty industry? Is it entrepreneurs? You know, is it fashion? Let us know that, so that when a brand sees you or tries to reach out, they know what part of you they are coming for.
Where should people follow you, Avalon? Where should they go?
Check me out on Instagram at I am Avalon Gomez.